All right. This shouldn't take too long. It's section 4.5. Let me get the book on the right page here. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to grab a couple triangles. Well, I'll grab one. Let's grab this one. And then we'll copy and paste it like we've done the last couple days. I'll just make it look like I've made all the other ones. All right, here we go. I'm going to copy and paste. Now, you know they're congruent, but if there's nothing given, can you just say that they're congruent to each other? No. Let's review quickly on ways that we can show triangles congruent to each other. Girls. So let's go through some of them. What's one of the ones? Okay, we did side, angle, side. We did angle, side, angle. That was the first day. Then yesterday we did angle, angle, side, right? We did angle, angle, side. So we've got one more to do, okay? Well, one more before we get to right triangles, okay? Okay, here's... So Jake said side, side, angle. Side. Don't write this down, okay? Don't write it down. So, listen. No, don't start sounding them out because what I'm going to do next, I don't want you to say it, all right? So listen. So, there is no side, side, angle. It's not because if you wrote it backwards, you get something we're not supposed to say in here, okay? That's not the reason why, but it is a good way to remember. But it is a good way to remember that there is no side-side angle. So, and there's a way that I could show you why it's not. We're not going to do that today, okay? But there is no side-side angle. But there is this. Everybody watch. If I knew that one side was equal to another, and I knew a second was equal to this one right here, and I know a third was equal to this one right here. I don't know anything about the angles at all. All I know is that the corresponding sides are equal to each other. That's enough to say that the triangles are congruent to each other. So what do you think we call this one? Very good. There's no angles. There's no angles. I didn't mark any angles. And I know what you're doing. You're just trying to get me to say that. I get it. But I'm not going to. So this is side, side, side. And so that's a fourth way that we can show that triangles are congruent to each other. All right? If I can show all the sides congruent, then there we go. All right? There is, let's do this. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked that. Listen. The question was, is there an angle, angle, angle? There is not an angle, angle, angle. Listen. Because, you guys going to let me talk or not? There's no angle, angle, angle. I can show you that one very, very easily just with this triangle right here. So let's copy and paste that one. Put it right here. Put that right there. So watch this. Right now, since I copied and pasted, you know that this angle is equal to this one, correct? You know that this one is equal to this one, and you know that this one is equal to this one. Now watch very carefully. What I'm going to do, what? Okay. So watch. If I hit the shift key, I'm going to keep it in proportion. Now watch what happens. If I keep it in proportion, what happens? The angles stay the same, but what happens to the lengths of the sides? Okay, so now watch. Now, I got these angles all floating around here, but this angle right here is still equal to this angle right here. Are you watching? So these angles are still equal to each other. This one and this one are equal. This bottom right one and this bottom right one are equal. This top one and this top one, they're still equal. They're still the same exact angles. But are they congruent triangles? So is there an angle, angle, angle theorem? There's not. Now, we're going to be doing something later with things not called congruent triangles, but called similar triangles. So these two triangles are similar to each other. Similar means they have the same shape, but of a different size, okay? They have the same exact shape. Because I hit the shift key when I click that button, I kept everything in proportion, okay? So the angle stayed the same, right? Okay, it's the same scale. The angle stayed the same, but the sides, the lengths of the sides definitely changed. You can definitely see that that one's smaller than that one, okay? But the angles are still equal. They would be considered similar triangles, but they're not congruent triangles. Congruent triangles means if I would take this and pick it up and put it right on top, they would be exactly the same. They're obviously not exactly the same. But watch what I do with the angles. If I put it up here, look at that top angle. It's exactly the same. What about this bottom left one? That's exactly the same. And this bottom right one? That's exactly the same. Do you see that? So these two triangles, they have equal angles, but the sides are not equal. So there is, all that to say this, that there is no angle-angle congruency theorem. Okay? They're not really going to change, but we're going to change some of the names of them, okay? So we will do one with right triangles. I think it's the next lesson, I think. But anyway, that's basically it for this section. They just do the side thing. So let me give you a homework assignment. Yes, I need homework to bring my grade up. This is good. So here is the homework. If I can find it, there it is. So it's section 4.5. So everybody watch, in case you don't have your lesson plan thing from Monday. It's pages 172 and 173. Oh, it is. Yeah, I'm looking. Sorry, I'm looking at the. I'm looking at yesterday's. 4.5. Let me try it again. 181 to 6. Yep. Look at that. And it's page 180. All right, that's your homework right there. Should be pretty easy, 1 through 6. Yes, you can collect the homework. Trent will collect the homework.